Hello, I'm Dennis Cometti. It's a pleasure to welcome Matthew Richardson.
What a game we have here today, Dan. There's been quite a build-up for this one.
Hitting the turf today will be the Hawks and Fremantle. They run on in full confidence. They're looking sharp and the crowd are appreciating it. The cheer squad's hard work is paying off. The banner looks great and everything is spelled correctly. Mind you, I'm the last man to ask. They run on in full confidence. They're looking sharp and the crowd are appreciating it. We have the toss of the coin. Fremantle winning the toss. Both teams start the day in the top 8. Playing on this fabulous stadium today will be Hawthorn and the Dockers. I can't wait for this encounter to begin, and I think the crowd would agree with me too. They're on the edge of their seats. Here we go. It's Hawthorn versus Fremantle. Lovely hand pass hits the man. Show-and-makers grabbed high by Dappinus. Jams it on the boot. The loose ball picked up, hands it out to open space. Spur puts the ball in the hands of fate, going for goal number 1. It's kicks like that when players find out this really is a game of centimetres. Point the difference. Pearce gets set to kick it back in. He plays on with a little kick, sends the Sharon on its way. O'Mara with the mark. Lining up the goal now. He scoops the ball off the ground.
Spur has got a great technique, but he needs to put a bit more beef around his shoulders to be a real bone cruncher. The ball being picked up before it makes its target. Burgoyne misses the goals.
Pearce to bring it in. Great mark under pressure. 25 metres out. Roost winds it up. Shot by Roost. Chalked up a goal for Hawthorn. Gets his first. Roost gets the ball rolling with the first goal of the game. A brief moment of serenity before the ball is bounced and the ruckman unleash. First hand's important. Happiness controls it, finding the running player. They've conceded possession. The ball finds its way into the grateful clutches of the opposition. Valentine over the top. Thumps the pigskin. Great mark under pressure. Going for goal number 1. Kirsten scores with a beautiful kick. Gets his first. The Dockers with their first goal.
Kirsten needs to practice his goal-kicking routine. It helps a player handle any situation in the game. If he does that more often, then he might enter the league of the elite goal kickers.
He gets a kick out of the pack, and the mark will be paid. Kieft sends the ball on its way. Strong mark by Neil. Gets boot to high. Great mark.
Tucker, it's a smart guy, but he's got to keep a cooler head so he can make the right decisions more often. Subin boots it. Great hands. He lines it up with the goal. Sending it on its way. He takes the contested mark.
40 metres out. Kirsten has a shot. It's a question of accuracy. Kirsten did well then. A second goal in the bag. The Dockers take the lead. Ruckman awaiting the bounce. A dead straight bounce. McAvoy with the hit. Bounces favourably for Dappinus. Show-and-makers kicks for goal. Nice work from Gray. Keeps it close to the ground. Pearce marks it.
Pearce doesn't have the strongest marking hands in the league, but he's certainly very, very handy on the lead. Puts boot to ball. Apenis marks the ball. He gets boot to the ball. Valentine marks it. He boots it. He claims the ball.
Neil feeds it wide. Keith has it.
He doesn't want to take too long lining this shot up. Kirsten with the mark.
Let's hope the shot at goal is as good as the delivery. Going for goal number 3. It's kicks like that when players find out this really is a game of centimetres.
Stratton has a lovely kick on him. If he can utilise that in heavy traffic, he will become crucial to his team's finals ambitions. He boots it.
Wins the hard ball. My goodness, the wee ball has gone so high there'll be snow on that one when it comes down. McAvoy taps it. Shields. Someone's on the ground. I think the doctor will be taking a close look at that one. This is a great angle to kick from. They could take the lead here. He holds his breath. It's a goal. The Hawks steal back the lead.
Mitchell has to stay committed. Then with a little bit of guts and determination, he should make something of his career.
Clark wasn't even close to that tap, and he'd be crazy to think that type of effort will win anytime soon. McAvoy running in, about to kick. Pierce, the better man there. Gets boot to high. Spurk having no trouble taking that one. We'll have a look at the stats.
Not a lot of difference in the tackling stats. Hawthorn is slightly ahead with 9-7. The handball stats show that the two teams are fairly even, with Fremantle on 8 and the Hawks on 4. The possession stats paint a clear picture of this match, with Fremantle having the bulk of possession.
Hadn't thought of it quite like that, Richard. And we go for quarter number 2.
If you can believe it, the mind can achieve it.
McAvoy with the mighty fist. Valentine has the ball. Hits the running man. Intercepted by Shields. He collects the loose ball. Puts boot to ball. Strong mark. Picture perfect drop punt. Wins the hard ball.
Gibson got a really good footballing brain. He kicks the ball. Clark takes advantage. Clark kicks the ball. A great mark under pressure.
Shields sends the ball on its way. Has he? Yes, he's paid it. Trims the grass with that one. Good mark by Schoenmakers. Now do you think he can kick this one, Richard?
He'll need a bigger kick than he has from here.
Goes for his 50. Hand passed by Gray. Spurk gives it back. Bumps the pigskin. No contest for that mark.
Dawson is good, but he doesn't always find that best option while in congestion, concentrating hard as he lines up the goal. It's going. Schoenmakers sinks the long kick.
The umpire set to bounce to restart the game. Clark not even close to getting a hit out. He might have to take a leaf out of the Karate Kid and sweep the knee.
A good fist. Apenis given away the free kick. Concentrating hard as he lines up the goal. Sending it on its way. Puopolo marks the ball. He doesn't want to take too long lining this shot up. Puopolo with the shot. Hawthorn get the goal. Hawthorn lead.
The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce. McAvoy punches it, scoops up the bouncing ball. He's got the footy in his hands. Approaching the goals now. The spilled ball is collected. Puopolo failing to get near it, Richard.
Yeah, Dennis, he is playing B-grade footy.
The goal for Hawthorn. Amara puts them further in front. The Hawks leads by 19. A brief moment of serenity before the ball is bounced and the ruckman unleash. McAvoy knocks it down the field. Schoenmakers kicking the skin off that one. Spurk has it.
The Dockers just can't find a free man inside 50, and it's really having an impact on the scoreboard. He gets boot to the ball. Hill, with beautiful hands above the head, He really is a great target to kick to. Apenis takes the mark, puts boot to ball. Neil takes the mark.
Kicks it long. Hill with the mark.
He boots it.
Tabernet was surrounded. He needed to mark it, and he did. 45 metres out. A set shot on a 30-degree angle. My goodness, the wee ball has gone so high, there'll be snow on that one when it comes down. His kicking is unbelievable. Some people don't go that far for their holidays.
Apenis got all the makings required to become a great servant of this football club. I reckon he could become a 200-game player. O'Meara slams the ball to his boot. Spur gets the ball. He lays off the pass. Players with the 1-2. Pearce slams the ball to his boot. Burgoyne picks it up. Gray sharks the ball away. Fife puts his boot on it. Ballantyne takes the mark.
Nice drop punt. Stuck the mitts out and held on to it.
Well, the quality of disposal's been pretty soft out there, and that's enabled Fremantle to rack up the marks. Fremantle need to cut out these junk possessions and become more attacking. Subin takes a shot. The goal for Fremantle. Fremantle for trailing.
The ruckman, conscious of where their teammates are, they wait for the bounce. McAvoy got a fist on it. Collected by Schellenmakers. Apenis passes. Anything stands out there, Richo, with the stats?
You can have the best stats in the world, but if you cannot convert it on the scoreboard, then none of it matters. The Dockers need those good stats to reflect on the scoreboard, but at the moment, it's just not happening.
Thanks, Richo. We're halfway through the game now. I can't wait for the next half. There's the siren to start the second half.
It will be interesting to see what changes, if any, the coaches make for the second half of the match.
That play is as high-tech as a campfire. Smith heads in for the goals. You could see that happening right after it left his boot. Hawthorn by 14. Needs someone to break hard. He's ready to bring it back into play. Weller claims it. Kicks. Steady hands there as he holds that one.
Neil is one of the most astute decision makers in the game. Footy is becoming more and more a thinking game, and you can't be out there purely on physical ability. He's a great asset to his club. Keith marks it. He boots it.
With the ball now. Stratton kicks it. He controls the bouncing ball. Choose to kick it. Gray with the mark.
Fremantle haven't taken many marks inside their 50. They need to be more aggressive and create some room, or they'll find themselves far too behind on the scoreboard.
And we'll get a ball up.
McAvoy is just a real workhorse in the ruck, and I reckon his teammates really appreciate his uncomplicated approach to the game. The Hawks are in front.
The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce, claimed by McAvoy. The ump has had enough. It's a ball up. Claimed by McAvoy. Apenis with the kick. The loose ball picked up. He's got the footy in his hands. Neil kicks it just in time. Tucker picks it up. Picked up the ball. The spilled ball is collected. Clark with the kick. The bouncing ball is controlled. Langdon starts in, his shadow beside him. Where else would it be? Well, depends on the side. The ball in the hands of Stratton. Kirsten going for number 3. Chalk up a goal for the Dockers. Big trouble for Fremantle. They need to kick a few now.
Fremantle have just been poor at reading the ball off the packs. They need to get back to basics and try and generate some forward run and carry.
Clark making his way onto the field.
Hawthorn have just been so dominant in the ruck, and that's been able to give their midfielders so much time and space, and that's why they lead this match.
The ruckmen steal themselves before the bounce. Umpire bounces the ball. McAvoy with the tap. Casanova would have been jealous of that pickup. Quick hands find the running player. These possessions just keep ticking over for Puopolo. Hawthorn with a healthy gap on the scoreboard, leading the Dockers 51-25. Umpire bounces the ball. Tapped by Frawley. Able to grab it on the half volley. That ball is becoming a yo-yo for him. It keeps coming back.
Well, Fremantle haven't been able to set up many shots at goal, but I'm not sure that's the forward's fault. The ball has been coming in way too slow. You can't expect your forward to kick a winning total that way. Tucker getting into position for the kick. Tucker goes for goal. Magnificent kick of the footy.
The Dockers are still a chance, given that this season we've seen teams blow more leads than Inspector Clouseau. And there's the bounce. Big thump from Frawley. He doesn't know the meaning of the word fear. In fact, it's fair to say he doesn't know the meaning of a lot of words. Rioli aiming for the goals. Has he? Yes, he's paid it. Roughhead going through his routine. Unfortunately, they mowed the grass very short tactically this week. The Hawks by 26. You can feel the intensity build as both ruckmen prepare for the bounce. Claimed by Frawley. Clean hands with a difficult bouncing ball. Ball up in the centre square. Frawley got the hit out. Chief picks up the bouncing ball. He's heading for home. The ball goes out of bounds. The umpire will throw it back in. You can see the determination on the ruckman's faces. Clark aims for his man on the ground. Schoenmaker's made the awkward bounce look easy. He's got great hands. Finding the running player. Sheridan looking like a Manchester United player. Passed by Burgoyne. It's impossible to outplay an opponent you can't outthink. Think about that. A stab kick from 5. Clark marks it. A low stabbing kick. Great mark. Low kick. Let's take a look at the stats, Richo.
Terrible stats for Hawthorn, but they're getting results in the end, and the score is what counts.
That's pretty deep, Richo. Only one term to go now.
Never let your head hang down. Never give up and sit down and grieve. Find another way.
There'll be a ball up in the centre square. Big leap. Soccer kick. Langdon is able to grab it on the half volley. A mark by Weller sends the Sharon on its way. A great effort. Kicks it. Kirsten takes it well. Looking for another goal here. He's missed the goal. Lots of time left to play. The margin might be a little too big, though.
Stratton has the passion for this game, and that shines through every time he plays. Weller with the kick. That's a nice, strong mark. Walters boots it. He's intercepted it. Shields handballs it. Burgoyne missed the ball. Gray with beautiful hands above the head. He really is a great target to kick to.
Almost a touch of synchronised swimming about that mark, minus the peg. Hill sends the ball on its way. Nice hands.
Burgoyne is an intelligent footballer, and I love watching him. He is great at dragging his opponent over to a one-on-one and creating ineffective two-on-one situations. He lines it up with the goal. Bruce has a kick. It's in the air. Magnificent goal. Hawthorn lead Fremantle.
All is in readiness. There's the bounce. Guided by McAvoy. Lucky bounce collected. Gathers the ball. Shields dishes it off to the running man. He holds his breath. Only a behind. Hawthorn are in control of this game. Pearce will take his time. He doesn't want to see it turn over and come back straight over his head. Kicks into the middle. Nice mark there. He picks up the loose ball. Gains possession. Does well to keep it in play. He finds the boundary line regardless. Neither ruckman giving an inch. McAvoy wins the tap. Terrible timing by Clark. Dawson made the awkward bounce look easy. He's got great hands.
Fremantle have been able to take more marks out there, but most of these have been from playing possession footy. They need to start taking a few more risks out there. We're at the 90-second mark.
And we have a ball up. Big thump from McAvoy. He gains possession. Ballantyne gets the interception on the bounce. Happiness clearly doesn't get enough attention. Lobs the handball. Squeezes on a handball. Sicily has the ball. He gains possession. He picks it up. Shields again, Richard.
Yes, he's had it again, Dennis. He just seems to be everywhere tonight.
It's like he has the ball on a string. Whack. Have that, mate.
Rioli has so much explosive ability that he could just stop on a dime. McAvoy gets onto the ball. Ballantyne has given away a free kick. He doesn't want to take too long lining this shot up. Shields shoots for goal.
The umpire says, give it to me. Taberner nicely outclassing McAvoy. He doesn't know the meaning of the word fear. In fact, it's fair to say he doesn't know the meaning of a lot of words. There'll be a ball up close to goal. Taberner leave the pinatas for the kids. A good job keeping it in play there. Goal. When he's on song, he sings a very good song. Three of the best. He's putting on a clinic. Puopolo making the lead bigger.
Puopolo needs to practice his goal-kicking routine. It helps a player handle any situation in the game. If he does that more often, then he might enter the league of the elite goal kickers.
Mitchell intercepts it. Intercepted. Fife receives the ball. Takes the mark all by himself.
Well, the quality of disposal's been pretty soft out there, and that's enabled Fremantle to rack up the marks. Fremantle need to cut out these junk possessions and become more attacking. Tucker takes a shot. The ball's travelling.
And that ball is out of bounds. And over the boundary line she goes. Listen, here's the thing. This game was over before it began, and I don't think there's anything further I can add that will shed light on this outcome. Very one-sided.
The Dockers not offering a challenge.
Final scores are 70-32. Well, that's all we have time for. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Richo.
Well, thanks for having me. That's all we have time for. We'll see you next time.